No, back at a previous system, previous scale.
Yeah.
It was probably it was alluvium that was being reworked from the Tuscan stuff as it was coming down and eroding.
Yeah.
And it was probably partly these watersheds plus the bigger valley, when it was going side to side across the whole valley.
Yeah.
And then it got disconnected from the watershed and the clock started on our sequential soil formation model we were talking about last night.
Right.
So it went from being some kind of alluvium, but still cobbly and gravelly and stringers, and probably a larger system with more energy. So it was a bigger, more dynamic fluvial system. And then as you got glacial retreat and recession and geomorphic stuff dynamically happening, these terrace pieces got set on the edge of the valley and are sitting there disconnected. So over time they've developed soil alpha soils that are like this deep, right? Because it's just not that weatherable. I mean, those soils are like probably supported by dust and everything else, just like the other systems that need dust in them, right? And the same environment right next to these terrace alpha soils will be inset vertisols in little depressions that they think was generated by ash deposition, because I guess volcanic ash, the kinetics for it to go to smectite is really pretty clear on the thermodynamic, the concentration phase diagrams.
Yep.
It can go to smectite pretty easy. So in this environment, I want you to envision it. There's these swales where you'll come across this black cracked vertisol, and right out of that little swale up onto the actual terrace surface, there's mound and swale soils.
And is that you're saying it's bedrock controlled? Then?
It's Durapan controlled.
Okay. Yeah.
Old Durapan.
Right.
And then right after that, when we're going to drive there right now and stop, and I'll try to edit the story down for the video, then you hit the actual sloping surface, which is the bedrock, which is the lahar, which is these andesitic Tuscan materials of variable particle sizes and reworking at that point. And then the mound and swale soils transition onto the bedrock in the same style. They're like mounds that are like this deep and swales that are this deep, but they're alpha sols with BT and like everything. They're red, but they're the same kind of genesis on the terrace or on the bedrock until you get up out of that climatic, we're at 25, 28 inches of precip.
Right.
Then you go up the hill and quickly in
1,000
feet you get up to 40, 45, and then you could get into 60 pretty quickly. And then at the top of the ridge you get into 80 with snow. So let's do it.
Dude, I'm so fucking pumped.
Oh no, you're gonna see all that today.
I'm so fucking pumped.
You're gonna see all that today.
Nice.
Here, but it was kind of up against the edge, and this is all alluvium, right? A mini part of the fan that they reclaimed, and then the houses came later. But the core of the town's built on the heart of the fan, and how they manipulated the watershed of the Big Chico Creek to put it in its current location. And then over by my house is the main distributary channel, Lindo Channel, which is one that was naturally, there was a lobe of the fan that went to the north side of town. But once again, they put it in a channel, and they cut it over onto the edge of the Pisa Terrace, and they put it on there. If you look at watersheds around any place they reclaim them, it's amazing to look at where they decided to put the channel. On the edge of whatever, they're getting as much land out of it as they could.
Yep.
So, really quickly, we're gonna pull on the road, and then you're gonna hit the grassless plain, trees, no trees and grass. And then we're on this terrace. So we're right on the edge of where it had been eroded away by this watershed, the current one. But that represents a time way back when even the Sac River was bigger, tapped into much farther pieces. But I mean, even Sierra Nevada uplift, we're talking 2.5 million years kind of scale, I think. And this stuff happened, the lahar stuff happened in like 1.6. Kind of that range, 1.6 of when the volcanoes that were to the east were erupting and decomposing and creating this pretty continuous alluvial, mountain ridge. I mean, it's so big. It's not a feature. It's the fucking whole thing.
Right.
So when we get out here, you can see the planar slope we're gonna drive up, and that goes all the way to Highway 36 and beyond.
And that's a big chunk of the harbor here.
All of it, of volcanoes that were to the east. We're going to be driving into one that is Mount Yana, white man version of Indian name, because Yana was the local Indians, native people. And you can see on the map the old cone of it and how it eroded, and part of it goes back into where Andrew's been mapping on the Almanor side.
Yeah.
Part of it comes into Butte Creek, which is the next creek to the south. And then, you know, it gets dissected by Chico Creek, then Deer Creek, then Mill Creek, and then Antelope and Battle Creeks going farther to the north. And then it goes ultimately all the way to like 299. It gets a little messier up there, but Bernie Mountain and the ridge between Thousand Lakes Wilderness and Bernie Mountain, there was some there too. So all these things started erupting and decomposing at the same time as the transform fault was starting to, or the transform fault was starting to move north far enough that the subduction was turned off or turning off or whatever happened there.
But then it turned back on again when it lasted.
But that was like a remnant piece of a burn. It wasn't really like a full eruption. But then there's discussion, and Mount Shasta's north of the Triple Junction. They say the current former Mount Shasta is within the Holocene. Like it formed during the Holocene that we see now because there's no glaciation on it. There's nothing major on it. So it's like it had to have happened since things melted off at that scale.
Yeah.